wings up high, we're lighting up the sky. We're gonna write this story till the
In case this is the first time that we are meeting, I am Lindsay Baldessano from Super Secret Powers, and I am thrilled to welcome you to today's talk on magnetic marketing for healers and readers. And as a spiritual entrepreneur myself, both in the reading field niche, and I had a product business for over 10 years. I have faced the same challenges that many of you are experiencing today, trying to get that business off the ground and staying true to who you are, your spiritual path, and living a fulfilling life, right? Because we didn't start this business to be working like 90 hours a week, right? So today I want to share some of the things that have helped me turn my passion into a thriving business, because that's what we all want. It's what we all need. I really believe that the world needs all of our success, especially as light workers and readers and healers, to be able to have this space. It's, to have this space and time to really be able to take part in this rising of our beliefs and who we are, and standing for different values. I think that is a priceless thing, and it is a amazing thing to be able to do and have. I mean, certainly it's going to break a lot of generational curses, a lot of generational patterns, as we really begin to step into this path and show the world that we can be successful, to show the world our value and not just our value, but that our mission and that what we're talking about absolutely matters to where we're going, and how the world can grow, and how things can begin to get better for all of us, not just us, who are on that business spiritual path of seeking our manifestation. I mean, that's just like one example that's going to ripple out, but imagine what it can do when it does ripple out, right? I mean, that is huge. And that is what I believe in, and that is why I'm also expanding my own business into something a little bit more real world and business oriented, because it's like, imagine what would happen if not only are we empowered with and by our intuition, but we really learn to leverage our intuition and leverage our empathic our empathic hearts, and our beautiful soul missions, and our energy, and all of the wisdom that we've accumulated, into something that does change the world and has a greater impact than just one person at a time, or a few people at a time. How do we get that ball rolling in a much bigger cultural revolution, let's say? So, business is a struggle, right? It doesn't matter if you're spiritual or not. Business is not something that necessarily comes naturally to many people. It requires, certainly a flip in your thinking about how you begin talking about what you're doing and why you're doing it, and what's important for people to know. And that flip, I think the general business field makes it sound a lot harder than it is really for spiritual entrepreneurs. I think we're so focused on thinking that we are weird in some way because we don't fit into these containers of these general business memberships and the coaching programs and all that, because we don't have the we don't have the oh god, my brain is so toasty today. But we don't have the the tangible results. Like, we're not coming at this going like, I'm going to help you make $1 million tomorrow. Like, we don't have that tangible result, and I think that gets us discouraged, and I think it makes our businesses hard to relate to for the general business coach, teacher person, because they don't know enough about our specialized niche in order to really help us translate what we do into something more tangible that feels aligned. Because we can all say that, something like Reiki is really good for stress management, but how do we encapsulate the magic that is Reiki while also saying something very result oriented and saying like, oh, well, it's really good for stress management? How do we bring that clarity forward to say that, it is stress management? It is going to help, reset your energy, reset the way you feel, reset the way you think potentially, but, and also health benefits, but it's also going to physically affect your body from the standpoint of relaxation. And how we bring that kind of clarity forward is really the heart and soul of how we're going to start creating our magnetic marketing, how we're going to start creating products and messaging and sales pages and this whole big beautiful web presence thing from a aligned, authentic brand. Because too often when we get caught in those wheels of, oh my God, I'm not where I want to be, and you start feeling really discouraged about your business, you're going to start trying all these different product ideas based on, the last ad you saw or what seemed to be working for others. You're going to try pushing your boundaries on what you think selling should and feel like. And it may push you towards something that is very unaligned, but you think like, well, maybe I just have to bite the bullet, eat the frog, whatever it is, and however you think about that, and just do the cold DMs, or just do this thing, because if I get that and my business is going, maybe I won't regret it later. And we're stuck trying to heal. We're trying to heal ourselves and our money issues and the abundance mindset stuff enough to actually feel worthy, to feel empowered in our business, and to feel enough to start making and offering and putting those sales out there and putting those posts out there, and really finding the devotion to be consistent in making offers. But here's the truth. The key to overcoming all of those challenges in your business, it doesn't lie in the next new thing. It doesn't lie in like only high ticket sales. It relies on an authentic and spiritually aligned brand. It actually requires us to go deeper into who we are, not more superficial, because this is where our greatest power lies. I mean, as empathic people, as heart-centered people, engagement, our messaging, how we understand our ideal audience, all of these things should actually come more naturally to us. And maybe it does, and maybe you've bought into this idea from these general coaching containers that, it only needs, your understanding of your ideal audience only needs to be about the superficial stuff, like the demographics, like where do they shop? Like, doesn't necessarily matter where your ideal client shops. Only a little bit. Because then it's just another point of relatability. Maybe a place where you can market, if that makes sense, if you even ever have the budget to start investing in ads in shops. Like some of these things like are never going to matter to our particular kinds of businesses, or matter in the way that it might matter to a business that is going to start putting ads in Forbes. Like we're comparing apples to oranges, and we need to honor the strengths that, let's say, our orange spiritual business has, rather than trying to only look at it from a general apples kind of business, right? So we all know we need engagement and the right audience for our business with the right price points, right? And engagement is all about connection. And when people engage with your content, it's because they feel the connection to your message. And a strong brand creates this connection because it is clearly communicating who you are, what you stand for, and what you do. And by what you do, I mean what result you're going to give the ideal client, not I do Reiki. I do Reiki should be like somewhere in the messaging so they know, if they know what Reiki is, they're just going to cue right in to say like, oh, all right, cool. This is a really cool little idea for a Reiki session. But what they want, or what somebody who is going to Google for you and your business wants, isn't necessarily a Reiki session. So while it should be in there, it shouldn't be like the thing. Because when people are looking for Reiki, maybe they're looking for something else entirely, the thing you're actually selling. The result or the transformation they're actually going to get by having a Reiki session or buying a Reiki package, or in some way, because maybe you can sell a course or a group program, working with you as a person who has dedicated their lives to energy healing. Right? So it's not, your business isn't about the Reiki session or the Reiki package. It's about what they're getting from you as a person who happens to offer these things. And these are the ways in which you can work with me. So your brand, well, it's kind of about you. It's like a reflection of you as an energy healer and what you stand for as an energy healer in your community, in your niche. It's not like about Lindsay. Because Lindsay is going to take all those bits and pieces that are very relatable, and she's going to build a bridge for other people to go across so that they can get from wherever they are before the Reiki to the transformation they want after the Reiki. And of course, the bridge would be like your business in toto, not just your sessions. It would be your brand, your business, your strategy, your everything, the way you talk to them. Because a lot of what we're talking about when we're talking about marketing or magnetic marketing or anything like that is, how do you talk to people? And you are good at talking to people. You've just equated like sales with something as inauthentic, and you don't know how to be inauthentic and make a sale. But you do know how to talk to people. You do know how to talk to people when you're in session with them. That is why you're doing what you're doing. And the other thing I want to point out here in this little talk is that your brand does not have to be, okay, your brand A is more than your logo. Your brand is everything. Your brand is, who you are as a business online. It is how you do business. So it is your products, it is your customer service, it is the communication channels that you actually choose to use. It is your strategy. because you don't only have to have like one strategy, but you do need a process of strategies. um, you know, let's to just say that, the very like beginner level here, because you need to know how you're going to get leads and how you're going to move them from like a free offer to a low cost offer to a higher end offer. And you need to know what's going to, important enough for those ideal clients and what makes sense for you as a business person to be able to offer at the different points. So, I mean, that's your strategy, and it has to be authentic to you and how you see the problems and how you choose to work and what makes the most sense for you and your ideal audience. Price point wise, logistically wise, like how you meet, is it a Zoom, is it a live, is it in a group, that kind of stuff. And then, of course, what we're definitely not going to have time to talk about today is how you figure out how to move forward by using what's working and using analytics and surveys and things like that, so that you actually have data to say like, oh well, I see from my report that half my people are on the computer and half my people are on a phone, so I definitely need to make sure that all of my stuff is mobile optimized. I mean, and then you see what happens after you mobile optimize it, and you mobile optimize your courses, if you're offering courses or things like that, or you make sure that your booking system is very spiffy so that it works very well on the phone. Like, you'll see growth then. You'll see that people begin to trust your business more because it feels less fly by night. They get the reminders when they need to get the reminders. It solves a lot of the problems when you know where to invest and grow later. But how do we get that clear so that our marketing, what we put on social media, and our emails and our web pages, like, so that it's all really super clear. And I'm totally guilty of this. A lot of us tend to be very creative people, and we like very creative solutions and very creative titles and all that kind of stuff. My only suggestion here, because I am still guilty of it, so this is what I have to do even now, is I have to go through all of the branding stuff for a new product or a new group idea or a new marketing concept, right? I have to go through all the branding stuff with the results, like right at the top of the page. And once I really figure out like what I'm selling at the end of all of my, marketing work, because I actually use like workbooks and stuff, and I have those available in my Mystic Web Society. I then take like that one line, and maybe I'll run that one line through GPT, and I'll say like, give me 20 examples of a title that would reflect this in my brand tone, because you have to season AI. You can't just use it straight out of the box and get wonderful results. But and I'll sit there and I'll mix and I'll match and I'll play with those ideas. Maybe I'll pull up a thesaurus, but then I'll also go and I'll do searches to see what titles might already be taken, because you do have to watch trademarks and copywriting and whatnot for your titles. And as long as there's not something that's like already trademarked and has like 1 million followers, I'll play around with an idea near that, because there's nothing to say that then I can't trademark that name later on. And but I am not a trademark lawyer. I'm just saying, like, you can't take something that's already taken. You can play with an idea if it's just like a challenge name or something like that, but it hasn't been trademarked yet. But you really want to be in this space where you are creating. And you are creating for yourself, and you're creating for you down the line, so that if you do choose to do the whole launch route for any of your programs and your products and whatnot, that you can build some kind of repeatable system for yourself, and you're not having to create and then recreate again every time you want to launch something, right? You want to create a repeatable and effective sales process for yourself. So invest in your own ideas, invest in something that you can potentially trademark later or copyright later for yourself or whatever. You know, that is how you really come from this like integrity within yourself. And I don't just mean ethics, I mean that this is wholly of you. This is, you know, an expression of your alignment put out there for somebody else. And as much as I know that memes and whatnot can get a lot of traction, not traction, but can get a lot of engagement, just likes, hits, ha-ha-has, comments, you know, things like that, they're not actually like serving your business. Like 90% of your content should be coming from this conversation that you want to have with people about, you know, why your field is important, and, you know, the things you stand for in your business, in the energy field, the things you wonder about, what do people think of it, you know, because it's about creating that conversation and connection, but it has to come from this place of being an expression of your brand and the things that go on in your brand and the things that just light you up. And I'm not saying like never post, you know, your dinner, because some of that kind of is needed, because, you know, the live stuff, the things that happen in real life, just if you're going to do that, make sure that you're posting like in the caption or in the description, or, you know, the actual word portion, something about how, you know, why does that even relate to your business, your brands, you know, what you stand for, your brand promise, and things like that. Now, there are so many different ways to look at content and content marketing, and it's not all about the clicks. You know, it really isn't. And it's not just me. There's a lot of other coaches and business people out there who are going to tell you it's really just a vanity metric. But, you know, look at it as long as you're trending up, or as long as, you know, your reactions and your comments and the click-throughs are all kind of balanced. Like, that's when you're in a good place for business growth. That's not totally one-sided where people are just like, look at that, click, and then scroll. And no, sales posts, like straight sales posts, buy my thing posts, no, they don't get traction. That's not you. You put that out there to keep nurturing, to keep educating, and to keep that link out there so that if people need it, when people need it, they're going to be able to find your stuff. Because the faster people can find your stuff, the faster they're going to figure out whether or not they're going to buy that session or not. Right? So we can't always do the algorithm optimized thing of, you know, only posting for comments, only doing polls, only doing silly questions, only doing like, it also has to be about you sharing the message, because if you believe in your message, there is no stopping your business success, your business and you. Because when you really understand that it's not about you, and it's not about selling yourself, and it's not about, you know, having to engage in weird, spammy marketing stuff, and it just has to be about how you authentically need to sell this service, this offer, then it becomes about you offering this healing. And it changes the whole way you think and feel about sales and how you're connecting with your clients again. Because it's coming from this place of deeper connection within you, because it's aligned with your vision and your ideals and what you want to see. And it's also like the thing they really might need in this very moment. It's that beautiful win-win balance of, what a spiritual transaction should feel like and look like. And that only comes when we go deeper within ourselves to be able to talk about who we are and why we do it and why it's important. And build our business around those messages. From our website, to our profile descriptions, to our content. So if anybody has any questions, please just let me know. I know I've been going on a little while now, but I have been watching. And this is something I just want to start talking about. This isn't really a one-off thing. Like, I'm going to come on next Wednesday. I'm going to be on a cruise, but I'm going to come on next Wednesday. It'll be exciting. I'll at least show you my room. And so we can talk more about magnetic marketing and your spiritual business and what you might need specifically, because I want you to, start getting used to being able to ask questions, to have this space and to have this idea of like, well, maybe there is a different way to look at this. Maybe there is a different way to look at how I'm going about this. And I really want to help you kind of peel back some of the layers that you might have picked up from other coaches, from just the business world in general, that might really not be serving your business at all. That might be keeping you stuck in this place of, but I don't know how to say that, I don't know how to do that, and feel good about it. Because it's not all cookie cutter. It really isn't. And that's the beauty and the creativity that can be put into a business. It doesn't have to be about crazy titles that sound all exciting, because our titles should be of anything, of pages, of products. They should be very clear and very result focused. You can have a little creativity there, but not so much that you just don't understand, that nobody just scrolling by would understand what that is. But we need to hone in on getting good at that. And on building our confidence around trusting our own hearts again. To be able to bring that forward. Because I think for so long we've just been stuck in these ideas of trying to jam our beautiful soul stuff into formulas. Formulas for titles, formulas for this, that, and the other thing. That, we've really lost sense of what is actually going to be true and impactful. All right. So I love you all so very much. And if you happen to catch this on replay, just go ahead, hit replay or hashtag replay and, ask me your questions. That is perfectly fine too. And I do have 2 ways to work with me that I just want to mention today. For those who have piqued your curiosity today and you said, maybe I really do need to start working on this brand stuff and start working on my core values and promise and all that kind of stuff into my business more. I have a instant access workshop. It's over 3 hours long, and it kind of takes you through the process of figuring all that stuff out, so that you can then just start putting that stuff into your marketing, putting that stuff into your evergreen content, putting it into your product content, and building, better products for it. And that is $47, instant access. And I have no idea if that link is actually Here, so let me just grab it again, because I was looking at different options before I popped on here, and it was like, oh, I wonder what that looks like. And now I don't know what it looks like because I don't see it. Because yay, Facebook. So here's that instant access workshop. It's the Brand Your Magical Genius workshop, over 3 hours of just diving in with me and a Reiki client, a Reiki business client, and we're just like going through all the questions, all the different aspects, what might work, what needs a little bit more work, what needs, and just going through the whole thing. So you can do it right along with us, and then really begin implementing a much deeper level of messaging and messaging clarity and business clarity in your business, so that it can drive your sales and engagement up, because you are then portraying yourself as this real beautiful soul person out there on the web that they can begin to trust, and they can begin to see as someone as a go-to person for not just knowledge about spiritual things, but also because they are a real person. And in this world of spammy, scammy, blah blah blahs, that is what we need to be, and it is what we need to prove in order to start building our businesses online as real businesses. And then I also have the Mystic Web Society. So if you're saying like, yes, I need more of this person in my life, I need to be able to talk to this person weekly, and whatever other resources she has, I want them, well, then join the Mystic Web Society. It is a brand new membership for witchy, lightworkery, spiritual entrepreneurs. And you can start as low as $55, I think. No, you can. Yeah, no. And so that link is down there as well, right? No, Facebook, what are you doing to me today? It did not do the other link. And the other link is the one I have in the Facebook. Facebook. Well, there's the other one. There is the Mystic Web Society. It is application only, because I really need to ensure that this is, the right group of people, and that we are all coming from relatively the same business growth phase. And so the application's free. Just apply today. You'll find out in like 48 hours whether you get in, and then you can choose your payment options. And like I said, you can start for just $55, so it's okay. But that has the Mystic Web Society. I mean, that is already involved, even for just having started. There's already like 85 different lessons, and some of those lessons have more than one video in them. And I'm just like cranking out all sorts of tutorials, instructions, based on mindset, absolutely based on the tech. The Mystic Web Society is really kind of focused on trying to have you get your website done, or at least redone if you want to rebrand. So everything from how to choose a host, to installing WordPress, to building your first pages and then your sales pages, and all the tech you might need behind the scenes to really make your business something that you're not spending 90 hours a week running. Yeah, we've got that. And we've got the live calls, 3 weeks out of 4 in a month. The 4th week is the Enchant Your Business workshop, where we go over something that you've been asking about. We go over like one whole topic in depth, And yeah, and of course we have the free community with other spiritual entrepreneurs where you can network and collaborate and do all that kind of beautiful stuff. And it is only for really readers and healers at this point. Some product people, if they fit in where we have now, because I don't have a whole lot of product based videos yet. That is coming. Because yeah, I had, and I still do some vending. Yeah, no, it's a thing. And I want to help you all. And yeah, I hope to see you next Wednesday on the next Magnetic Marketing for Spiritual Business. And I also have my Magic Bringers Rising Energy Report that comes out every Sunday. Probably be a little bit early this week because, you know, Sunday I'm actually getting on a cruise and that's a very long day, and yeah, no way you can film that while standing in line with all my luggage and my back issues. Anyway, yep, hashtag replay. Let me know your questions, and I will see you in the energy report on Sunday, and of course next Wednesday for the Magnetic Marketing for Spiritual Business short series. All right. Blessed be.
Hands up high, we're lighting up the sky. We're gonna write